What is up, everybody? Welcome to Monday Night Media. Hope you guys are having an absolutely mischievous Monday.
Mischievous, not mischievous.
I say mischievous.
Because you can't read.
Anyway, hope you guys are having a mischief Monday. We're going to go with that now because you ruined it.
First sports writer who doesn't know how to read. It's incredible.
It's true.
You're a pioneer.
Guys, we got a great show for you guys tonight. Obviously, we just got finished doing our interview with Trey Dukes. We got another interview lined up for you guys right now. We're going to be joined in just a moment by Brad Cowan of the Ottawa Redblacks.
Ottawa Redblacks.
He was a Laurier Golden Hawk. He's a linebacker in the CFL. Deirdre?
Had a great year. Had a great career at Laurier. Can't wait to hear what he thinks about the CFL. He's coming on right now.
Dun, dun, dun.
Hey, Brad, how's it going?
Hey, you guys can hear me?
Yes, how you doing?
Good. How are you guys doing?
Good. Already got your new red black gear on. We like it.
Yeah, represent.
Gotcha.
Beautiful thing. Brad, thanks so much for joining us. So if you could just tell us how you got your start playing football.
Yeah, I mean, like a lot of younger kids. I was introduced to soccer right away as a young age. I think I did the Timbits thing here in Ottawa, and I played soccer till maybe beginning of middle school, and I was growing pretty big, and it was getting to the point where these kids were running around me, and I'm like, okay, I need a way to slow these kids down. So I kept growing. So I mean, I knew I had a couple buddies that played football. And one of my really good friends played, and he told me about this program called the Bell Warriors, and I got my start there. There's a level in football, so I started second year in Mosquito. That's what it's called. I started then, and essentially played my way up to the Norseman, and then then I went to Laurier, and then now I'm in here. So I've been playing for about 8 years now. So I never played high school football.
Wow.
I just played city football here in Ottawa.
Okay.
But yeah, I played all the way through until I made the decision to come to Laurier. So.
Now, you say how you didn't play in high school. Were you recruited then, even playing city ball, to Laurier to become a Golden Hawk? Yeah, so it's different. It's high school football is a little different here in Ottawa. It's not that popular. There is high school football, but it doesn't hold a lot of ground, to be honest. OVFL takes over from that, and the league I played in, the CAPA, takes a lot of kids too. So it doesn't really make sense for high school. It's two open teams because there's so many opportunities to play football in Ottawa anyway. Right. But yeah, so I mean, yeah, it was definitely difficult. I wasn't highly recruited at all. Okay. How I got my run is I made a tape of my last year playing ball. And we won a championship that year, so it was a good year. But I started sending my tape to schools myself, and how I got introduced to Laurier is my longtime strength and conditioning coach, Donnie Ruiz, was alumni Hall of Fame at Laurier. Yes. And he got me in contact with Dwayne Cameron, who was the recruitment head of recruiting there. And they invited me down right away, and I guess the rest is history there. But yeah, no, it was through Don Ruiz. He played in the CFL as well. He played for the Renegades when they were around. But yeah, he introduced me to the coaching staff there, and I kind of made my decision there. Awesome.
So, Brad, unfortunately, last season was canceled. What has it been like for you trying to get through COVID and getting through this pandemic?
It's been honestly a step-by-step process. It's just, there's nothing I can do about it. I mean, in all reality, I don't have anything to complain about. I mean, I got my family here. I'm in Ottawa. I don't have, I'm not struggling right now, but I mean, it's just been a step-by-step process. I mean, from a football standpoint, it's been difficult. And in Ontario here, we're in a full lockdown, right? So, I mean, nothing's open. I can't go see my coach to train. So I've just been doing at home stuff, and I've been able to go to a couple of my friends' gyms. But other than that, I mean, we're in full lockdown. From an education standpoint, I mean, I was able to finish my degree this year with the pandemic, so I could take all the courses I needed still. So I'm going to finish my degree this year, and I won't have to worry about it say if there was a football season with the Redblacks. So I mean, it's been positives and negatives, but I mean, I'm honestly I'm not gonna sit around and just mope and be mad and wish for this to be over. I'm just gonna keep going. I'm just gonna find a way.
Gotcha. Well, congratulations on working towards getting your degree. That's incredible. Not an easy thing. Especially I can't imagine going through. My brother's in college down south, I guess it's considered for you guys, in the States. And I couldn't imagine studying during COVID. It's got to be tough. But you recently got signed by the Redblacks. What has that been like for you? Your hometown boy getting to play for the hometown team. What's that like?
It's kind of like a movie in that sense. I mean, I've been asked this question a few times. I still can't really describe the feeling of getting drafted and eventually signing. It's just been kind of a fairy tale, to be honest. It's just like, I mean, during the whole interview process, like you never know what's going to happen with the draft. I mean, guys have a ton of interviews and don't get drafted, and some guys don't have any interviews and get drafted. So, I mean, it was an honor by itself to be drafted, or to be considered to be drafted in a pool of 70 plus players, and then so many more being eligible. But I mean, it was just I wish I could go back to that day when my name was called and kind of just relive that. But yeah, it was a really, really special moment for me and my family.
Awesome. Congratulations on that, by the way. So we spoke to one of your teammates, Jacob Scott, from earlier when we started the podcast. He had an interesting way of working out with cinderblocks. What have you been doing to stay ready? I know you said that you've been going to some friends' gyms. Have you been doing any lifting of cinderblocks or construction gear at all?
Yeah, I know. Actually, I listened to that podcast. I want to see what. I know Zot's a high class guy. He shot me a message to the draft day, and when I signed, he's a good guy. I'm really looking forward to meeting him. And so I mean, like, it's been the same. I'm just trying to find a way. If we're full lockdown, the most I can really do is just at home stuff. I've been either doing body weight stuff, and I actually have the opportunity. There's a gym in my little small town here in Almont, which is just outside of Ottawa. But the owner of that gym has been allowing me to work out in the entire facility just by myself. Just so
great.
Not breaking any rules. Not breaking any rules there, but yeah, I mean, just finding a way. If I gotta stay at home, then I mean that's just the reality, and kind of just slow this thing down, right? So I've been doing at home workouts, but I mean, I've been pretty fortunate to know the people that I know, and they've been more than happy enough to help me out. So it's been easy for me.
Awesome. So I know it's been tough working out. We've went through that, but is there anything that you're particularly focusing on for the season to improve on, or just stuff that you're working on, getting ready for this season, which it looks like we're going to have one, which is so exciting?
Yeah, so I think the things I've been want to work on, I think that can always improve is overall speed. At the linebacker position, it's such an important thing to have. I mean, brute strength is important, but I mean, speed in the CFL, how big our field is, it is so important as a linebacker. And with kind of my role as being a rookie, special teams is going to be my department, right? So I mean, for working on speed and getting down the field for kickoffs, punt returns. I want to play all of them, right? So I mean, overall speed is definitely something I'm looking to improve upon. I think I can get faster, and then there is strength. I think I need to get stronger as well, and I've been working on that now, even though with the lockdown and all that stuff, right? But just speed, strength. I've been watching a lot of film, so I have no excuses when I come to camp. I have no excuses when I come to camp about not knowing any playbook or stuff like that. So mentally, just watching a lot of film and then working on my speed too. So I'm ready when camp does arrive.
Awesome. Great stuff.
So after all the lockdowns and everything and the season being canceled, just how excited are you to get going? Hopefully everything stays on par and we get the season going, but how excited are you to get out there and play?
Oh, I'm beyond excited. I don't like, I've been playing sports my life. I played soccer, hockey, lacrosse, and then obviously football. And I don't think I've had this, long amount of time with not doing something. Even after I'm done playing football, I'm going to find something that's competitive, high pace.
Right.
But yeah, I just I'm really excited, I guess, per se.
Very good.
Any games you have marked down that you're really excited? Either someone that maybe a little bad blood from, I know Laurier has a couple of rivals up there. Anyone in particular you're like, he plays for this team. All right, got this on my calendar.
We talking from university standpoint or CFL?
CFL.
CFL, okay. Yeah, without giving too much detail onto the reasoning behind the rivalries, I think Toronto will definitely be one of them.
Okay.
The game that I'll definitely mark. Montreal will be another one.
Okay.
And then I think a lot of guys will say this, but I mean, with Calgary being the powerhouse that they are, I think that's another one I'm definitely going to be looking forward to.
Do you have any in particular person that you're looking forward to seeing? Maybe after playing them at the university level, or?
Yeah, I have a lot of ex-teammates that are playing in the league right now, so
right, of course,
I'll be looking forward. So I get there's a ton of Laurier guys. Brandon Calver, he's with Winnipeg, and they just won the cup there. And then there's some of my buddies that got drafted, Sam Achampong, Nakas Onyeka, another guy I used to play with. He plays for Toronto.
Gotcha.
And then there's just a bunch of other OUA guys that are all spread out along the league.
Right.
But yeah, just looking to revamp with teammates, and you know what, maybe find some of the guys that maybe gave me a blindside shot in the
right.
in university. Maybe it'd be good to maybe seek them out. But yeah, just teammates and friends that I kind of grew up playing football with.
Awesome.
Did you have a favorite university game that you got to play in?
Yeah, it's. I think I can pick one from each season, but I mean, most recently, I think a lot of my teammates would say this, but I don't know if you guys heard about this, but we have a Battle of Waterloo, Laurier versus the University of Waterloo.
Okay.
And it's I wouldn't say it's like, and we also have this Panda game. It's kind of a runoff on that, but we have a rivalry. Obviously, University of Waterloo is like a 5-minute walk from Laurier, right? So. Yeah. Whenever we play against each other, it's called the Battle of Waterloo, and we lost 2 years ago. I was out for that game. I was injured, but we lost that game, which was a stinger. And then we came into onto their field, and the game ended up going into triple overtime.
Oh wow!
So the game lasted a long time, and we just ended up winning by a touchdown. So that was a really special. I've never played in a game that went that long.
Nice.
And to come out with that win on their field, it was a special moment. I'll pick that game for sure.
So I know you were drafted already before the season for the U Sports in Canada was canceled. We had a really good friend of the show on, AJ Allen, to discuss it. What was that? I know that I'm sure you have some buddies that were still in school. What was that like for them?
Getting drafted?
No, the fact that the U Sports were canceled this year. I know that was devastating, I'm sure, to a lot of those guys.
Oh yeah, well the biggest part, right, and there's I think they're still trying to figure this out, but I mean the guys that are over the age, right? So the guys that were planning to come back for their last year and play it out, but I don't know what the rule is right now, but they did announce early on that there's going to be no exemption for those guys, and I'm not sure. Don't take my word on that. I'm pretty sure that's still in the making of it, because a lot of guys were still upset. But just the fear of losing out on their very last season and potentially playing football, was tough.
Right.
Yeah. I felt for them, and it's not a fair situation, right? Just to have it kind of robbed from you there.
Yeah, no, that's...
Yeah, no, I feel really terrible. I feel bad for even rookies. Those first few years playing and developing are important. They're a lot of fun. You meet a lot of new people, and make a lot of new experiences. So I mean, it's tough for the overagers and for the rookies. I feel bad. I mean, I think I can look back, and I'm lucky that I kind of just things happened the way they did with everything going on for me. So I would definitely feel bad.
Yeah, it's too bad. When we had AJ on, he was it had just come out. and then there was we were also confused because we just got into CFL. We're just kind of getting into the Canadian football world, and we didn't know what that meant for like the 2021 CFL draft. Like, what about these kids? But yeah. All right, so Brad, we play this game with our guests. I'm sure you saw it with Jacob. We've renamed it though from rapid fire to steady fire because rapid makes it seem like you have to do the first thing that comes to mind. You can think about it a little bit. So I'll start off. What was your favorite jersey that you got to wear at university?
I was always a fan of the all purple.
Okay. It is pretty.
The purple helmets, purple jersey, and purple pants, and then the socks. That was my, and I also had custom cleats too that were decked out in purple. So nice. those were my favorite. I think that I've worn so far.
Awesome. All right. What's your favorite home cooked meal?
I love steak. Steak is my go-to. I will eat that every day, even though I probably shouldn't. That definitely wouldn't be good. But no, I love steak. I'll eat it whenever it's cooked, 100%. Whether that's some little diner for breakfast or for dinner, or my parents cook it. Steak, 100%.
Are you adding any dessert with that?
Not a dessert guy. No, I don't.
All right.
Just straight up steak. Yeah.
Gotta ask, how's your steak cooked?
Medium rare, always.
Oh, there we go. Okay, that's the only way to eat a steak. There we go. Ottawa, you got a good one. Okay, so we'll put you in a hypothetical. You're back at university. You lose every game at university except this one team that you play four times a year. I think you kind of answered this, but you play one time every year, and you get to beat them, but you beat them mercifully. Who would be that team?
I think you might think you know the answer to this.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
I'm gonna go with Western.
Western, okay.
Western is a team that brings it every year. They've had high skilled teams for decades, and you have to bring it every time you do play them. And when you do beat them, it's a special feeling. I mean, we beat them in the Yates in 2016, and that was a big moment. So I mean, definitely that's a team that's always been good. They're a powerhouse in the OUA, and that's a team that. I definitely, if I'm going to lose all the other ones, it's kind of a little Super Bowl.
It's got to be that. Gotcha.
All right. Strip sack or an interception?
Strip sack.
Strip sack? All right.
No, those get the crowd fired up and the boys fired up too. So, I think strip
sack. Gotcha. Okay, so we went strip sack, interception. Right. If you were not playing a linebacker, what position would you play?
Any position on the field?
Any position. You could be the quarterback. You could be the kicker.
I'll go with tight or fullback or tight end. I think that's
finally the fullbacks get some love.
Yeah, we love fullbacks here. Fullbacks are.
I've played whether it's soccer, hockey, lacrosse, and football. I've never ever played offensive position. So really any position on the offense would be kind of new for me and fun. I think so. Yeah, I'm gonna go with fullback.
Nice.
All right. Brad, are you a big hockey guy?
Yeah, I'm a huge hockey guy.
All right, perfect. Perfect hypothetical here. Would you rather strip sack Tom Brady, get the fumble, touchdown to win the Super Bowl, or save a shot from Wayne Gretzky to win the Stanley Cup?
Mm-hmm. I think I'd strip sack Tom Brady.
Okay.
All right.
To look back and be like, okay, yeah, I did that.
Right on that sack theme, who would you want your first sack to be against in the CFL?
I'm gonna go with Trevor Harris.
Trevor Harris.
He's such a popular answer.
He is.
Well, I'll tell you why. Is because I essentially grew up watching him with the Redblacks.
Okay.
just kind of getting on the field and maybe bringing him down one time would kind of be like kind of like a stands from going from the stands to the field, kind of a special moment for me because I was a huge fan and I still am a pretty big fan of him. So
awesome.
We had one guy on the show that took like a quarter of a second,
and he was like Brad. He was like Trevor. Yeah.
All right, you get to choose one superpower to have. What would it be?
I'll go with time travel. That one, from a football standpoint, that would be very helpful, and from a life standpoint, I mean, for the lottery, for exams, I mean, that could work out, and for football. I mean, if you seek out a screen pass early, it can be a big play, right? So I think time travel is the way I'll go.
Definitely.
Gotcha. Favorite pregame pump up song?
Big Motley Crue fan. I'm gonna go with "Kickstart My Heart" by Motley Crue.
Okay.
That'll fire me up for sure.
Yeah, definitely. Do you have a favorite superhero?
I've always liked Spider-Man. I think he's pretty cool. Trying to think of the Marvels guys here. I've always been a big Hulk fan. I think he's pretty cool too. Getting angry. I mean, I get pretty angry on the football field. So, yeah, I'll go with those two. I like those guys.
So if you were starting your own team and you could only draft superheroes, it would be the Hulk to start your team off?
Yeah, and honestly, I think I'd literally just put him on the field. I think he can get it done.
Yeah.
It's a good point.
When you first got drafted, who did you call first? Who was your first call to?
My first call, it was actually funny. I was when I saw someone, it was on the internet, right? The draft was online. When I saw my name, one of my best friends called me, and I'm like, thank you. But I know that the coaches call you right afterwards. I'm like, man, like, don't call me right now. don't call me right now. I'm waiting for another call. And then I got a call from La Police, and he gave me congratulations. My first call going out. I don't think I made a call going out that night. I think it was such a huge moment for my family, and honestly, my phone was kind of going off too, so it was kind of hard to make a phone call. But I mean, I got a lot of calls that night from my friends and a couple of my family members. So yeah, I don't think I was able to make a call out.
So, in an alternate universe, you can't be a football player. What would be your occupation?
I think like being involved with sports in, like, say, a business context. I think maybe like a sales rep or a marketing guy for, say, an NHL team, NFL team, CFL team. Just kind of still being involved in sports. I think that's the path I want to go.
Are you a Senators fan?
Oh yeah, yeah, lifelong fan. Yeah.
I think they're playing right now, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, they are.
Panthers. No, not the Panthers. I don't remember who they played.
They got Vancouver tonight.
Vancouver, that's right. Is that right? I think it's on later, isn't it? Like 10 o'clock game?
It might be a 10 o'clock game, yeah.
I think so.
Who was your favorite non-football athlete?
One with the Senators, actually a guy that just was traded. Unfortunately, that was kind of bitter for me. Is Mark Borowiecki. He was kind of like a guy that I looked like he could have played football. He's just a tough guy, great defenseman, mean, and I like to think that I played that way when I played hockey, but he's way better than me. But he's a guy that I think I kind of emulate on the football field, just being that gritty, tough guy. That's it's gonna knock you on your ass, right?
So play a little game of Desert Island here. Stranded on a desert island, you get one book, one movie, and one music album for the rest of your life. What are you going with?
Movie, I'm gonna go with the first Godfather.
Okay.
And then album.
Yep.
Album, you said. I'll probably go with Luke Combs' album.
Okay.
What you see is what you get. And which book will I choose? Oh, there's a book that I read a while ago about Brian Kilrea. He's a longtime coach of the Ottawa 67s. organization in the OHL here, and I love that book. That was a good book to read because he's kind of an Ottawa legend. So I'll take that one with me.
Nice. Oh, one more for me, dude. Just give me one second.
Yeah, no problem. Yeah.
Do you have an off-season hobby?
Off-season hobby. I wouldn't consider myself a hobby guy. I definitely like to do things outside, and I usually work construction during the off seasons. Well, at university, I was into the construction, but no, I wouldn't say I had a hobby. I hang out with my friends as much as I can, and go into the cottage and stuff like that. That's kind of what I like to do. Anything outdoors.
Nice.
Gotcha. Brad, one more question for you. What are Redblacks fans getting out of you this season?
I think they're gonna get an anxious linebacker that's ready to get out there. He's been waiting too long. Kind of not being on the football field, not being able to hit anybody. But yeah, just a gritty linebacker that plays with a lot of pride and passion and the love of this game, and that's gonna hold playing for the city of Ottawa to a high standard. And I think they're gonna see that in my play. So that's what they can expect.
Awesome.
Brad, thanks so much. Brad, thanks so much for joining us. Wishing you the best. Can't wait to see you out there. Can't wait to have you back on.
Yeah, I know. I really appreciate it. Anytime, guys. It's refreshing to see that there's some CFL fans all the way in New York. So I appreciate it.
Of course, no problem, man. Thanks so much.
Yeah, thanks, guys.
Thanks, man. Stay safe. Stay well.
You too.
All right. That was Brad Cowan of the Ottawa Redblacks.
Good player.
Yeah.
Could be exciting.
I can't wait to see this. I can't wait for this season to get started because we got a lot of guys we got to keep our eyes on now.
Got a lot of guys, a lot of friends up north, and
we're building up with Ottawa. Ottawa might be my team, Deirdre, because
I mean it's tough because I think that we're also going to be big Saskatchewan fans because
I don't know. I'm into that red and black.
I know you are. Stampedes too, but we got our buddy AJ Allen, we got our buddy Brad, we got tons of buddies up there. We got our buddy Phil with BC, Jacob, Caden, so many freaking guys that we are friends with up there.
Absolutely. Can't wait for it. Definitely got to get that Canadian trip.
Yeah, for sure. Guys, thanks for joining us again on a wonderful, marvelous, magnificent,
maniacic.
What was the mischievous, which is mischievous, whatever way you said it. Monday.
This isn't a spelling show, Deirdre.
We'll be back tomorrow. We got a lot of interviews coming out. I'm working my butt off to get everything out. It's going to take a while. We have a lot of interviews. But
all right. You guys, you stay safe, you stay well, and you stay hydrated.